Over the past few years, I have been issuing updates on the abandoned Armory Branch restoration from Scantic in Windsor, Connecticut, north to the Massachusetts state line at East Longmeadow. There, a construction and demolition transfer station is proposed, and it would ship out material to out-of-state landfills using the restored Armory Branch. Currently, the Central New England Railroad operates from the Connecticut Southern interchange to a customer right by their base of operations in Scantic. That stretch of track also needs work, but there is progress on that as well. I started off checking out the line at the north end by the site of the proposed transfer station. There really wasn't any sign of building construction here, but the site is actively being used for another purpose at this time. The trucking company that is looking to build this facility has some other property here where their equipment is stored nearby, and I noticed their own locomotive in storage. It is awaiting its future C&D car switching duties. This engine has a very interesting history. It started out as a 45-ton switching locomotive and for a time worked in the steel industry in Cincinnati, Ohio, before being traded to a railroad equipment repair company that later remanufactured it. It started out looking something along the lines of this. What you're seeing here is a pretty standard example of a 1940s General Electric 45-ton locomotive. This one in particular is the Old Colony and Newport Railway's 4764 in Rhode Island. It later ended up looking like this after being rebuilt to fit in the PATH subway tunnels in New York City. It was brought to New York after the 9/11 attacks to haul out debris from the tunnels as part of the cleanup process. It later found itself in storage and for sale in Connecticut before landing here in East Longmeadow within the past couple years. It's cool to see it here, but you'd figure this would end up in a museum given its history. Either way, it looks like it'll have a new lease on life when this transfer station is eventually built. Jumping south, they found a long-awaited crossing project in progress. This crossing at ETM has been one of the breaks in the track for quite some time now, and there's finally work being done. When I was there, the track was partially built and steel plates bridged over the rails as the pavement hasn't been put down yet. Next, I stopped at Scantic, the base of operations for the railroad, and an online customer. Boxcars of brick are also transloaded here. Plenty of historic equipment sits awaiting its fate, including a New Haven RS-1. Also at this location are bundles of ties awaiting installation on the active portion of track. Some sections of the active line are in dire need of tie replacement, so it's great to see it happening. The next clip shows some of the tie work between Scantic and the division point between CSOR and CNZR. Some new ties are laid out along the tracks, as others have already been installed, and the original used ties can be seen alongside the rails. This restoration project has taken a while, but has made some incremental progress since I first started documenting the line back in 2021. It'll be interesting seeing this completed once it gets to that point, so stay tuned for future videos on this topic. If you're interested in the switcher first shown in the beginning of this video, check out the description for a link with more info and an image of the engine. Thanks for watching.